He's a very sort of petulant, irritable man, to the extent that I sometimes find myself vaguely wishing that Jeremy Corbyn was still in charge of the Labour Party, because the two of them would just be snapping at each other like, like sort of like angry old men on a bench. He's got this really petulant streak, Rishi Sunak, that I think we'll see more and more as things get harder.
The Elgin Marbles, was this a fight that no one really wanted? Is it pointless? Is there a winner?
I'm baffled, I think, like many people. Of all people, one would not think our Prime Minister was somebody who was inclined to a hissy fit, but that's what seems to have happened. I mean, I find this completely baffling. The Elgin Marbles is, the longest running comedy show around. There are good arguments on both sides. But to put it mildly, if you're going to have the Greek Prime Minister, you, as the Prime Minister of Britain, you might expect that it's going to come up. So there was some sort of informal agreement, we're told, and the Prime Minister of Greece broke it by speaking out about it. But if you're the Prime Minister of Britain, you don't, throw your toys out the pram and refuse to see him, because you would know that's going to create a diplomatic problem. I mean, I just find it baffling. I wonder whether there is something else going on that was behind what Mr. Sunak did. Otherwise, it does look as if he thought he might distract attention from his other woes. If he thought that, then he is even more maladroit than anyone thought he was.
Oh dear, this could be dangerous times. Hugo Rifkind, are you similarly baffled, or do you think that perhaps Rishi Sunak, who's had this adjective attached to him in recent months of being weak, was trying to look strong?
I think I disagree with Melanie that it's surprised to see Rishi Sunak behaving like this. I mean, he's a very sort of petulant, irritable man, to the extent that I sometimes find myself vaguely wishing that Jeremy Corbyn was still in charge of the Labour Party, because the two of them would just be snapping at each other like, like sort of like angry old men on a bench. He's got this really petulant streak, Rishi Sunak, that I think we'll see more and more as things get harder. That said, this particular fight, I mean, what total nonsense. It's not a surprise to find out that the Greeks want the Elgin Marbles back. It's not like France suddenly saying, please give us Jersey. It's like it's sort of been the defining aspect of British-Greek relations for since we took them, frankly. And so the very idea that he could have been so upset by this that he cancelled a meeting, if he was trying to look strong, it makes him look weak. It's a sort of combination of arrogance and pettiness that I think is really unappealing.